Pretty legit. Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is the taste when you buy weed?
For me, 10. For my sister, she don't really care. But me, I need that hit back
That
here.
gas, yeah.
You know, like choking on something.
Yeah.
That's why I come here a lot. You guys have some fire in there. A little bit out of my price reach most time, but you know that's why I get the rolls.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, so.
Cut that out.
All right, so this is our cast of our podcast, right? We do this every single week.
Yeah.
So one of the people on our podcast was a former model. He was a model in the past. Which one of us was a model?
It's one of you guys?
Yeah, one of us four.
Ooh. I want to say your boy right there, bro, with the dreads. Huh? Nah?
3 for 3.
Wow. Okay, well,
Yes, sir.
that is actually wrong. The person that was the model
Was you?
is Ray Vaughn.
You're the ugliest one, bro.
That's really crazy. That's really crazy. Should I walk off? Should I leave? Oh, man.
Yo, that is comedy. That's comedy. All right, what's your most wild edible story, if you have any?
So because of this, I don't really like edibles.
Okay.
So when I was 15, it was like my grandma's 80th birthday / like family reunion.
Turn up already. I already like the story.
I was like, okay, mind you, back then like weed wasn't really legal, so I got like a brownie off of a dealer.
Yeah.
And you know, when I was 15, I thought like my tolerance was super high.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't.
Oh yeah.
So like I'm in the bathroom and I like ate most of the brownie, and you know, still waiting for it to kick in or whatever. And I was just like, I eventually became like paralyzed. Like I was so hungry and I couldn't eat the food in front of me because like I couldn't like physically move my hands to, like, get my food, and my family was like so confused, and I had to lie and pretend I was filled up on appetizers. And like my sister was also high too, but she like her tolerance was better than mine. And she was like, "Oh, can I have your food?" I was like, "You have to like grab it. 'Cause like, I can't pass it to you." We were like super religious, praying and stuff. I'm falling asleep while we're praying. It was just really bad. I threw up in the bathroom.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Turn up.
This guy can relate.
All right. Okay. Well, Ray Vaughn, you got the next one?
Hey. So, so what's the craziest or like wildest thing you've ever done to get weed?
But I feel like Dave Chappelle right now. He's about to say some crazy shit. Shit. Oh, I sold my PlayStation games.
What?
Yeah. I sold my Call of Duty game one time for a nickel for a nickel bag. Actually, I do remember that. I remember trading one of my PlayStation games a while ago for a nickel bag to my neighbor.
Was it like a game you didn't play anymore, or
No,
like?
no, I didn't play. I think it was Need for Speed or some shit.
Was that
It was a while ago.
what-
I'm talking about.
was the high worth it?
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the high is always worth it. What are you talking about? The high is always worth it.
Well, speaking of the high, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does taste influence what you buy?
Taste?
Yeah, like is it citrusy? Is it gassy?
See, the citrusy part, I don't like the citrusy part because I feel like it takes away a lot from the main thing you're looking for. So the taste is not too important to me because you can get something that tastes like crap and still get you high as hell. Or you can taste something that's good, you think it smells good, tastes good, and it doesn't do nothing to you.
Okay, so you care about the effects of
The
the
effects.
overall.
Yeah, I'm more of an effect guy, yeah.
Fuck the taste.
I need to get high.
What kind of effects you like?
Shit, I need to be a couch potato.
I like to hear that. I like to hear that.
What kind of?
But I still need to be able to play my Warzone, though. If I can play my Warzone, I'm happy.
We got 2 more questions. We'll get you out of here.
All right, so true or false? Does THC percentage matter when you buy weed or no?
So I've heard it doesn't really matter. It's like the cannabinoid, whatever it is. But every dispensary you go to, off rip, off the, you know, you always just see percentage. So obviously that's going to be the eye grabber. Like you're going to go leaning towards, even in the back of my head, I know it doesn't really matter, but I'm still going to go towards leaning the highest one.
I 100% agree because that's the first thing I ever went to the dispensary. Told me, "Oh, this is a high
Maybe
THC."
they put out like the cannabinoids what really mattered, then that would be something to better,
Yo, tell me about it.
Rayvon, you might have to, you know what
No,
I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to change the game, man. Trying to change the game. It's very unethical. Very unethical. All right, and then our last question for you is, which one of us four didn't smoke until we were age 20?
Until you were 20?
Yeah, 20 years old.
I feel like it's always hard to judge a book by its cover. Like, I don't want to do that. But I might have to say you again. It's like the whole, like, put together, but I don't even want to say that because, like, I've known people that were, like, so put together and doing crazier things than me. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it could be one of you because, like, I'm just assuming you guys work here, so, like, maybe not.
The answer is actually me.
Really?
I didn't smoke until I was 20 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Surprising. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, that's comedy.
Well,
That's comedy.
we appreciate you, and because you participated, you get a free lighter. You know what I'm saying? So give me 1 second, we'll grab the lighter.
Match? You want a match?
Okay, well, I was gonna say, is that still a good is that a good punchline?
Of course, that always is.
Okay, word. Listen,
Does it usually work for you?
9 out of 10 times.
9 out of
Like 8 out of 10, to be honest.
8 out of 10, 80%. That's a high number, right
Shooting
there.
80% clip, that's pretty good.
Come
That's
on,
pretty good.
okay.
I can't say I get it every time, but I'll match with them.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
All right, well, our next question for you. When you buy marijuana, does the THC percentage matter to you?
Why don't you ask that for me?
I mean,
Answer that for me.
I know
Why don't
that.
you answer
I
that
know
for
the
me?
answer.
You know the answer.
Your answer.
Well, yeah, percentage has always been a thing for me because I think that percentage is a thing, but sometimes I've noticed that the percentage is not really a big thing either because you might get something that's lower percentage that might do something different than the higher percentage stuff does. I guess it all just depends on the person.
The person and the weed. I bought some weed this past weekend that was 30%, and I didn't even buy it because it was 30%. It just had nice genetics, and it's pretty lackluster 30%. I wouldn't have believed it,
I just guess it depends on the person, and the percentage is not always. They can get the best percentage out of it, but it's not going to do much to the person that might smoke it every day, I guess.
It should not
Like
be a driving factor in the buy.
Oh, of course. Should we pass the fuck out for that?
All right, and now another question back to our cast members. You see all these guys here.
Jesus.
They all look like well-seasoned smokers or something like that, at
One
least.
of them is not a smoker.
One of them didn't smoke until age 20. Which one of them was it?
This guy.
He's had a conversation with
Yeah.
me, that's why.
You gotta stop asking people who know you.
You know? Yeah, how you know?
I just can tell. I can tell he doesn't. I can tell just he can tell that he's newer to it.
I can't tell if this is a compliment or not.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I can just like we might have conversations about it, but I think you said you do more of you don't smoke as much.
Yeah, so I mean,
But you occasionally you do.
but
I didn't know he started smoking at 20 though.
Yeah,
but you can just tell he's not a huge smoker like that.
I mean, listen, man,
For us that have more of the chill look and the high look all the time, he doesn't. He's more the energetic.
I was actually just talking about this dude like yesterday or like 2 days ago.
Ready to do stuff type of guy. That's the type of guy he is.
When I first met this guy, I thought he was like a big toker, big smoker, blah, blah, blah. And then I talked to the kid, and he's like, yeah, I smoke like 4 times a week, maybe twice a week, not every day, blah, blah, blah.
listen, brother, I try to stay high when I need to, bro. You know what I'm saying? Try to be high when I need to.
All the time.
We all have our own times to do it.
All right, well, you've participated for the show. You're done. We're good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
not
I
that
told you
bad,
it's
right?
late, bro. I told you it's late.
What's called this shit like?
Like, oh,
Leave me in
B-roll.
it. It's all B-roll.
I'll tell you what I don't believe in. Can I do that? All right, I don't believe in the laws or the system by any means whatsoever. I try not to obey them at any time. That's what I believe in, not believing in.
So what keeps you alive?
4 big bottles of water a day, 2 packs of Marlboro Reds, and what keeps me alive? Shit. music. I have to listen to music all day long. I'd say that keeps me going. I'm a pretty dark person. I've thought about ending it a million times, and I have to say that music keeps me here. By far, the main thing.
Thank you.
Hey, Bobbin, I see you, Bobbin, bro. I see you move your head. You want to hate. You want to hate, but it's okay. You don't got to hate, brother.
I side with homie, man.
I know it's going to get you. I know it's going to get you.
And still I come up clever. I just need to free my thoughts, and Lord knows that I know better. But I ain't perfect. I ain't seen too many churches or know them Testament verses. You should either hear me now or go deaf, or end up dead, die trying and no death. Might end up dead, swallow blood, swallow my breath. Fuck a funeral, just make sure you pay my music respect, nigga. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You see my art, it's all I have, and victory tastes sweet. Even when the enemy can throw salt, still knock 'em out the park like a fucking tow car.
Say you didn't like that shit. Say you didn't like it.
You know, man.
You didn't like it.
I'm just here listening. We living. It's not half bad.
Okay. Well, do you know where that's from?
I'm gonna assume that was Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, do you know why I played that?
Because I don't listen to too much Kendrick Lamar, but also because it's new.
Okay, no, that's an old song.
Oh, really? That's not what he just dropped? Like,
No.
That shows how much Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, listen. I see the hate. That's that is. So he has a Heart Part 5 that came out.
So there's a part 1, 2, 3, and 4.
That is Heart Part 2. That's one of my favorite Hearts ones. Cause I love the beginning, how that guy just said that. It does remind me of some of our endeavors.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Existential.
Oh, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. You know what I'm saying? What keeps me alive is
Just blazing.
You know what I'm saying? So it's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to For the Record. Where are we going? Here we go. It's your boys. How you doing? Roy Vaughn, beautiful. How's it feel to be here?
Man, if it feels good, it feels good. How about yourself?
Listen, after seeing that video that we did from the one that we recorded last week, I feel amazing because last week was. All right, you know what last week did for me? It let me know that it's gonna be okay. We can actually do this, and it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be just fine.
Because first off, the people we talked to, the laughter, it just let me know that we're gonna be okay.
We're just gonna keep pushing. We all gonna make it through.
What is some of your favorite memories from last week?
I think probably Kush calling me ugly. That might take the cake. Dude asked me to match after. That one was crazy. I think everyone guessing Davidson as a model was. I mean, I won't say it's comical, I guess. But, God damn, like that shit made me want to get back to work, bro. Like what?
Bruh.
I'm annoyed.
I was stunned.
No, bruh.
I was stunned.
Someone looked right at me like, not you. Like what? Very.
No,
very
they were
comical.
frying. No bullshit. They were frying you.
Yeah, I don't like. Do I just like have that look of like roast this kid?
No, but the thing about it is like anybody who actually know who's like a model, I don't think that they have that. Like they don't dress like they're like a model 24/7. They just kind of look homeless until they have to get to work.
No, yeah, until you do work, you look like legit shit.
I think it's like part of like you can't sign a contract. You say you gotta look like shit during the days and look good at night.
So yeah, you just come here and let us take care of the makeup, and you're good. You wear the makeup for as long as you can, and you go back to looking like shit.
How'd you like the makeup?
Low key, it was interesting. I ain't never had makeup on before.
Yeah.
So yeah, then like later in the day, people are like, "You got makeup on?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, I look good, don't I?
Did you feel like you looked different?
No. Well, I look different because I had to be clean shaven. So I went from having a beard to looking like a kid.
Were you doing a porno?
No,
like what? Clean shaven.
Clean shaven, bro. And also, in a porno, don't you want to have a beard? You know what?
No, but also clean shaving. Am I right? Am I lying?
Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess.
All right.
Oh my God.
Should I just maybe I should just hold on?
Okay, but it was pretty cool though.
Yo, what's up, guys? You are now tuning in. Oh wait, what is it again?
It's For the Record.
I will say it was pretty cool to like get to know customers outside of like the 5-minute talk you have with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm selling you weed and you're leaving. it was fun to be like, you know, is that a date? It was fun to hear people
Yeah.
really like get into like what's important to them when they buy, because you don't get all that when they're just in and out trying to like get a pre-roll and go.
I mean, I also like the fact that we did some educational things. We're not just all fun and games. We gave them some understanding about terpenes, you know, where the taste comes from, why it tastes the way it does. I feel like we could have went a little bit more in depth, but it's like that's what we got the show for. We can literally say what the fuck we want.
No, exactly. And it was good to hear Kush be like, yeah, like this GG is lower than like all that other stuff, but it's better than half the shit over there. And I'm like, all right, bro.
And I trust that, you know, Kush knows his stuff about his weed. You know what I'm saying? So
he knows
if he recommends something to me, I might not take it the first time, but if it's coming out of dispensary, I'll definitely try it for sure. That's all love, because you know we say we love you.
Of course. You get to learn anything?
Did I get to learn anything?
Yeah, did you learn anything?
I learned that we have way more funnier customers than I actually thought. The fact that, and I realized that a lot more people are more shy than I expected, because we asked a bunch of other people to do it, and you know, there's some mixed reviews about it. I understand. You know, I'm used to just being on a camera or mic pretty much all the time. I don't even realize the shit's there anymore. But I didn't actually realize that many people didn't actually.
No, yeah, people don't like do this. Like they don't get FaceTime like this.
Yeah.
It's nice to get to know people.
All right, well, since we made a segue to the hard part too, let me play a little bit just because you didn't really hear it. So let's hear a difference, you know.
Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it feels good, right? Yeah. And sorry to anybody who's listening on YouTube. So sorry.
No copyright.
No. Hold on, real quick. Why can't we just do? Why can't our video be like other videos where they're just doing reactions and be able to play the video in the background? How do we do that?
I assume those people pay for it or something, bro. I don't know how they do it.
We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it every week, but at least once in a while when we do some stuff, we should be able to do something.
I want you guys to hear what I'm listening to.
All right. Well. I'm dead. I really hope this is the right one.
For the record.
Oh, bring it back.
You're now listening to For the Record.
All right. Well, again, I am your host, Harry. Here,
I'm your co-host, Ray Vaughn.
let's fucking go. Here with Davidson, of course.
Yeah, boo.
Alrighty, and we have a special guest here I really feel like this guest, I see some good things in the future with this guest on a week-to-week, maybe, week, month-to-month basis, you know what I'm saying? Giving us the right information. I have my man Eric from Worcester Magazine. He will be stopping by and giving us some great information, I'm pretty shortly, some good information. But
I sure hope so.
But first, how did you feel about it? I know you're not the biggest Kendrick fan. How you feel about the music? And Kofi has COVID. Sorry, guys. He's not here.
Yeah. We hope in a speedy recovery. Drink lots of fluids, bro. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, in terms of the music, I like Marvin Gaye, so I really like the Marvin Gaye sample.
Okay.
His flow was very interesting on that. And like as a person who, I won't say I'm not a fan, but as a person who doesn't like really indulge into his music, it's always interesting to hear him for like a moment, because I'm just like still trying to pick up his flow essentially. Or
Okay.
like that wasn't specifically the flow I really know. And I feel like the same for the other Heart, like part 2 that you played, it sounded more like all over the place, but in a positive way. Like I liked it. It wasn't just like a line, like it was weird. It felt like it was like missing stuff in spots.
Okay. All right. So I am I'm as big of a Kendrick Lamar fan as I am a LeBron fan.
God.
And that is a lot. Okay.
Move over.
Understand that he's a top tier rapper for me. He's number one. But his album is dropping this weekend. Will you give it a listen?
Yeah. I've actually been listening to new music now. It's a little bit easier for me.
Oh damn!
At least
Clap for him. Clap for him. Clap for him. Clap for him. Clap for him.
You could just clap regular, man. We go.
Expanding your horizons. Expanding your horizons.
You know, man, I'm trying. I mean, Future dropped a new album.
Okay. Did you listen to that new Jack Harlow?
All right, so I'm not gonna hold y'all. I didn't, but I only didn't just because, and I hate to say this. This is also why I don't like to see perceptions of stuff on socials, because like everyone on social media is talking the most amount of shit about this Jack Harlow album.
Good shit or bad shit?
So negative.
Really?
So negative.
Okay.
Like, it was so bad I had to hit up my friend group chat to be like, yo, like, is it that bad, guys? Someone let me know, because I'm about to listen to it, and I don't want to waste my time.
Oh, my God. Looking around, it's hard to believe where I'm at. Everywhere I look, somebody staring back. Paranoid, even out in paradise. Terrified to see my parents pass. Red car.
This isn't his first album, right?
It's not his first album. Actually, his first album was kind of fire. The last one is his first, major on a major. Yeah, the last one on a major was actually kind of fire. This one, okay, I'll say this: I listen to a lot of music when I play ball. Listen to a lot of albums when I play ball. I was balling, and I don't know. It was just so weird because I feel like at a point he does so much of a beat switch at certain parts of the album, I feel like. Or maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like he did a good amount of beat switches. Like, you could have one beat through half the song and then switch it again. And I was kind of getting lost because I kind of just let it play all the way through. So I'm like, damn, what song is this? Like, I don't like that. Like, sometimes I like it. Like, Pusha T does it, but he does it where it, like, makes sense. Like, on his album, he does some beat switches, but they kind of made sense within the transition of the song. This one, I was just like, wait, am I on the next song or is this still the other song? And then I play like shit the rest of the day balling, so it kind of just turned me off too. So
you blaming Jack for that one?
I mean, listen, it's not me.
I mean, are you gonna give the album a re-listen to?
No, 100%. I'll give it another listen.
Interesting. What's your overall take on it? 'Cause I've been hearing people say he should like stick to features, he should stick to singles, he should stick to whatever he did before.
Nah,
like
I mean, it
no
was
disrespect. I ain't listened yet. But,
all right. It was definitely mid, but I also think that Drake's last album, low-key, was mid too now. And why I believe it's mid, because after I heard Pusha T's album, I'm like, all right, this is not like, are you serious?
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? And like, I just heard Kendrick, watch a video, saw the creativity. Like, you see the video?
No, not really. I mean, like, I woke up and it was just all over Twitter, and then I had to get ready for work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard the basic points. Like, he just changed his face to a bunch of different people. You don't watch Game of Thrones either, so you don't. Yeah, I saw. Do you watch Game of Thrones? No, I saw a Game of Thrones reference. They said like how Arya switches her face, which is fire. I know you don't. That's okay. We'll get you what you got up. It's okay.
Sick.
But yeah, he did a lot of face changes. Changed to Kobe. Changed to O.J. Simpson.
Okay, so what got me was that, you know me, I'm not that, I don't want to say I'm not that culture. All right, I'm not that culture.
Okay.
So I recognize Kobe, I recognize Kanye.
Yeah.
And then O.J. Simpson, like, had you asked me to guess, I wouldn't have been able to tell you he was O.J. Simpson. I've probably seen O.J. Simpson like 4 times before ever, and 2 of those are like the Family Guy version of him. And then the other people were what, Nipsey Hussle?
This is a cannabis show, by the way, so it's okay. Don't blame him.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't get in trouble for smoking weed, right?
Who?
O.J. Simpson.
I know you're joking. 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 I know you're joking.
Oh man.
It's one of the most high-profile trials of the 21st century. What's wrong with you?
Do you know?
I mean, you want to get into it? Like,
do you know who his lawyer was?
He's got. I heard he's got the same lawyer. Or like Travis Scott got the same lawyer. Oh wait, Kris Jenner. No, wait. Kris Jenner was his lawyer, right? Am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong? Kris Jenner.
Yo, I'm done.
No, wait.
No. We can't.
I'm right.
Because we're gonna go all day. For this, no, we'll go all day.
Listen, give him a quick rundown.
No, he wasn't even born around the time.
I know.
Sorry,
I understand.
fair.
Give him a quick rundown of what the whole O.J. Simpson thing was, real quick before we go to our next topic. I can't believe you, Rayvon.
Yeah, can't believe you. But O.J. Simpson was a prominent figure in the NFL. He was a Hall of Fame running back.
He was
beloved.
He was a Heisman.
Heisman, beloved by everybody. Have you ever heard the Jay-Z song, The Story of O.J.?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about him.
And did you like listen to it?
I mean, I didn't like look at the lyrics on paper and break them down. So.
But do you know the line when he says, "I'm not black, I'm OJ"?
Yeah.
Okay.
O.J. Simpson said that.
Like he didn't even define himself as a black man. So basically, he was married to a woman by the name Nicole Simpson.
A white woman.
A white woman, yes.
I'll help you through the story.
And she was good friends with the Kardashian, Kris Jenner.
He was crazy and she looked good.
Yes. But he allegedly murdered his ex-wife, Nicole Simpson, and her lover, Ron Goldman.
He found out she was smashing somebody else and he lost his mind because he was hit many times in the head as a football player. But he
was abusive.
He's
yes.
just a sick guy.
So it was a big trial. You never heard about the Bronco story?
No.
So OJ was basically not on the run, but it was like how he was in his white Bronco with his friend in the back, and he was driving around, and literally all news outlets were literally documenting the whole entire thing.
And wasn't the NBA playoffs at the time?
There was the NBA playoffs. It was I think it was the Knicks versus the Pacers. And this was in '94, yeah, and that was a good series.
Imagine they stopped the Celtics game because like LeBron James was like, I'm about to freaking kill myself, and his friend is driving him, and Maverick Carter is driving him. Yeah. Literally, that's like, and they stopped everything because oh shit, LeBron's trying to like
everybody loved OJ.
That's how famous he was.
Everybody.
So they got this black lawyer, Johnny Cochran, who pretty much used the race card to get him out of his murder charge. And Kim Kardashian's father
was also part of the legal team.
Was also part of the legal team. So that's why, the Kardashians are super famous because of that. There was also jokes.
You're telling me it's not because of Kim's butt.
Well, that also helped to the beauty. But yeah, that whole thing happened. So yes, O.J. Simpson was one of those people. So he had the gloves in the video when you eventually watch it, and his whole thing was like, they said if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. I'm sure you've heard that before. Yes, so that's come from O.J. Simpson.
At least the references are getting to you.
Yeah.
A little.
So, but I mean, there's a whole documentary you can watch, but I know you can.
There's so many things.
There's so many documentaries, and I've watched them all.
But if you ask me, did he do it? He did it.
But if you ask anybody in 90, whatever year it was,
94,
they were like, hell no, because it was like the whole country was split because they wanted this black man to win this trial for all the trials that other black men have lost, and we had to take, like, I don't say we because I wasn't there. I mean, I was still a young boy, but like
you were 2 years old.
Black people wanted to win so bad that they low-key accepted a murderer.
Yeah, you're gonna always root for the black man. At the same time, he didn't even identify himself as a black man back in the day when he was playing in college.
But they played the race card because like, unfortunately, we love athletes. Like, that's how the world works.
And sometimes in the court of law, it's all about how you spin the narrative.
I feel like that's always how it goes in the court of law.
And that's exactly what they did.
That's what they did, and they did it really well. And he got off a murder charge. Then he ended up going to jail because he beat up somebody for
try to steal back his own memorabilia. Yeah. And he served some time for that.
He's a moron. But yeah, so that's the story about O.J. Simpson.
So his lawyer must be like pretty famous, filthy rich.
Oh,
Johnny Cochran, yeah. May he rest in peace. But
yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Robert Kardashian also passed away.
Damn. But yeah, and then the other person in the video was Jesse Smollett, who I think we talked about him. We talked about him. Yeah. So
that one's kind of weird.
Yeah.
If you listen to the line, then it makes. I guess it makes sense.
And it was like a high profile thing. So he's kind of doing like some high profile things. He did Nipsey at the end.
And Kobe.
And Kobe too. And it was an amazing video, man.
And Will Smith.
And Will Smith too. Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah.
He says something like hurting people,
yeah.
something.
bars. Am I right, bro?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
great
for
bars,
sure,
man.
for sure.
But yeah, that's a little history rundown of O.J. Simpson.
I feel like we're gonna do a lot of history lesson. I'm gonna have to like have like straight tapes for this dude.
That's
when
fine.
The episode's coming because it's like.
Hopefully, we explained the whole story of O.J. There's bigger deep dive, but
I mean, what you just told me, and from what I've seen in Family Guy, I've kind of put them both together. Like I feel like I know the whole story now.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Last question.
Yeah.
before you
Yeah,
go on.
sure.
Is OJ like? Is he still out there? Is he running free or?
He got out of jail a few years back. He's
You've
chilling.
never seen OJ on Twitter? You love Twitter.
Wait, what? OJ Simpson be on Twitter?
Oh
just
my
tweeting?
God.
O.J. Simpson be on Twitter, man.
Keep talking so I can find the video real
stop
quick.
recording.
I'm gonna say you gotta look it up real quick. 'Cause I have to show him.
Like he'll comment on anything and everything now. He's just
You've seen him. Oh my God.
OJ.
Didn't he comment on the Meg Thee Stallion thing one time? Or am I tripping?
He's commented, bro. He wrote a book.
This is OJ Simpson.
Yes!
Oh yeah,
I mean, I didn't know this was the OJ.
That's the OJ Simpson.
the one and only.
It looked like Gary Coleman. Look, he sell grills. This is hilarious.
Yes, he's a very creepy old man.
All right, now I'm gonna come back to that.
All right, word. All right.
I don't know how we got there, but
The video, the Kendrick Lamar harp.
That's what I'm saying.
high five.
So that's the video. It was a great video. So we're gonna check that out. Do you want to bring our guest in now? All right. Well, y'all give us a second. You know what I'm saying? And we are going to I hate this thing.
You're now listening to For the Record.
All right, we're gonna be right back because we're gonna get a special guest up here and have some great conversation about some cannabis news. All right, peace. Okay, welcome back to For the Record, the podcast. And you guys have noticed that we have a nice special guest here. Shout out to Eric. How you doing?
Thanks for having me.
Let's give another round of applause, man. We give you more round of applause. Let's keep it going, man. Keep it going.
Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Eric, please give a little bit of your background. I'll explain how we met after.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I currently work as the cannabis columnist for Worcester Magazine here in Worcester. So before that, previously I worked in the cannabis industry for like 6 years at a few different companies, including Forefront Ventures, who owns Mission Dispensaries, and MCR Labs as well. So I worn a lot of different hats in the industry, and then I left my job in the industry a few months ago, and this opening appeared at Worcester Magazine. It was kind of perfect timing because I wanted to do some writing about the industry and kind of be able to speak my mind freely after working in the industry for so long. You know, when you're kind of involved in it, you can't really talk about everything. So it's been fun to write this column and you know, cover all sorts of different topics related to cannabis. So.
Okay, listen. I met this man one time. We talked over, email. We do another show here, Influence. Check it out. If you come to the Major Boom store, we have QR codes where you guys can just find our podcast directly. But we had one conversation, and I knew for a fact I need this guy to be on our show. And he'll be here all the time, helping us out with different stories and helping us break down real cannabis news, because we know a lot about weed, but we don't know about everything about weed. So, he's here to help us on the day-to-day. And weirdly enough, he was at the same state championship game when our high school won the state championship. You were right there. You know what I'm saying? He was a writer. We went against his school, and it was beautiful, man. He went to Marlboro.
Who won? Yeah, we lost.
You remember that year, right?
That was the one year we made a run, too. Yeah, we had some talent that year.
Oh, you were at that game at WPI?
I was there.
He was a writer for the school.
Yeah. I don't know if I covered that game. I think I was in the student section with my face painted, looking like an idiot.
Oh, yeah, listen, we were going crazy.
A long bus ride home after that game.
All right, well, beautiful. Well, Eric, you're here today to give us a little bit of rundown on some cannabis stories. Mm-hmm. So shoot him at him.
Yeah, it's too bad I missed that OJ conversation.
Oh, actually, let's go back to OJ. Can you please give this? You are a writer, so you must. You have great. You're great with history and understanding things. And you're a history major, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
So please give this man a quick rundown on some real history about the O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, I mean, you did a solid job. Yeah, I was only 2 at the time, but I've watched 30 for 30. ESPN has done 2 different documentaries about it, including one that's like 10 and a half hours long. That covers, and I watched that whole thing. I watched that whole thing over the pandemic. Yeah, it's crazy how in depth they got. But yeah, you got it pretty good. They didn't stop the NBA game; they stopped the coverage of the game. That would be crazy if they could stop playing basketball.
They stopped the coverage of the game. Excuse me.
But no, the thing is that game was a blowout, I think. So in every other network, at the time there's only 4 or 5 networks because it's like cable was still in its infancy and stuff. Most people just watch over the air stuff, and every other network was covering the chase live, and like it got to the point where the NBA game wasn't drawing as many eyeballs as the OJ chase. So yeah, eventually they cut away from the game to cover the OJ chase, and that was in Los Angeles, and they were broadcasting it live. So people started coming out of their houses and lining the freeways. So every freeway they drove under, there was people.
Yes,
it was like a parade. It was bizarre, and it was a slow speed chase too. They were going like 30 miles per hour, so like it was a very bizarre situation.
They were like, "Oh, we can't do anything because you don't have to. You want him to hurt himself." I'm like.
Right, he's supposed to have a gun in the back of the car.
Rayvon, where do you ever see anyone try to protect a black man from hurting himself?
Let me seriously think. Never. Aside from like a parent. Never.
That's how high of a pedestal Mr. Orenthal J. Simpson was on.
I'm glad someone said it. I thought it stood for orange juice. I'm so glad someone said it. I didn't want to ask.
Bro, this man was the most popular man almost in America at that time.
Yeah, it'd be like if Tom Brady got in a police chase.
I'm telling you.
Man, if Tom Brady got in a police chase, the police cars would be at least a mile behind him at all times.
Yo.
They'd be like, yeah, he got like, 7 rings? Let him go. Let him.
That's all crazy. And did he even get a championship? Did he get a championship?
OJ?
No, he played for the Buffalo Bills and it sucked.
Yeah. So I'm like, bro. But yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But yes, Eric, you're here to give us some great rundown on some real cannabis news. Holla at us.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about this week. So the main thing on everybody's minds in Massachusetts, at least this week, was the chair of the Cannabis Control Commission, Steve Hoffman, resigned, and it was kind of bizarre because it was abrupt. There was no, usually when the other commissioners have resigned, there was kind of some lead time between when they announced it and when it was actually going to happen. Mm-hmm. Here it was kind of the opposite, where they announced it, and it turned out it happened a week before they even announced it. So they went a whole week without having a commissioner, without having a chair of the commission, of the Cannabis Control Commission. So that was kind of bizarre. There's still no news on why he resigned, other than he gave a brief statement. Let me make sure I get this right. He said, do I even have it here? Oh, yeah, there we go. In the cycle of work in the public sector, there often comes a natural inflection point when the time is right for a transition in leadership. The commission now consists of recently appointed members, and it is appropriate that they pursue their own vision and take on the next generation of challenges. I have no idea what that means.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys, it was kind of, so it's just bizarre because, there's no real news on anything going behind the scenes, but at the same time, it seems rather abrupt for him to resign 5 months before his term was, supposed to expire anyways.
Can you give us a quick rundown on what the commission of the cannabis, the CCC does?
Yeah. So the commissioners are the ones that pass the regulations. They approve of all the licenses that are given out by the state for the various types of cannabis-related businesses. So they're the ones that sign off on that. And they're kind of just the body that's in charge of all the regulations relating to the cannabis industry in Massachusetts. So.
All right, so I have a couple of things. First off, I have what kind of mind do I have? How do I say this? I read into everything, right? So someone leaving the way they left, there had to have been an issue, I feel like, that was unfixable. People don't just leave things abruptly for no reason.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, if they really want to leave, you would have like a nice ceremony, like, oh yeah, I'll just guide the next person right into it and make it all nice and easy, right?
That's kind of how you do it. You give a job 2 weeks so they have time to train someone.
Right,
you get to go out nice and easy.
But when it's abrupt, something is wrong. Now I don't know, because Boston Globe, they had a nice article, and the first thing I saw was this wonderful picture of this gentleman. If you guys check out the Boston Globe, type in Steve Hoffman. you'll see. It almost like he's crying.
Yeah, very emotional.
Now I'm trying to figure out why they would pick that picture for something that, I mean, he just quit. Now and even in his statement talking about, oh yeah, the next generation of challenges, I feel like there's something that there was like a standstill between two parties, and he didn't feel like he could help it anymore. That's how I look at it when he talks about some of these things. So that's kind of how I read into it. But I mean, I don't know if you have a.
I just find it really weird that you leave when you're already up in 5 months. Like, why not just wait it out? Why not continue to fight? I mean, maybe he came to disagreements with groups and he was like, I'm gonna pull out. Or maybe, I mean, how do I say? In both cases, they might have came to a disagreement, but who's to say who was right and who was wrong?
Yeah.
Like maybe he was the person in the wrong, and that's why he's like, I'm out, and this is for the better, or maybe this is for the worse.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
He could have also maybe been pushed. I mean, they waited even time to like tell us about it. Like, there's definitely I don't want to say scandal, but
I mean, how many people have been off? I mean, I feel like he was the last member of that.
Right. He was the last original of the 5 that were appointed when the Cannabis Control Commission was formed and after Massachusetts legalized. So he was the last one left. But yeah, everybody else who resigned kind of did it in an orderly fashion. 3 of them, everybody except for Shalene Title, left to go to a cannabis-related like job in the private sector.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke to Shailene, and we dropped the episode with Shailene
Infused Influence.
On Infused Influence. If you check on the Major Boom website, we talked to her, and I mean, she's still heavily involved in the industry.
She left to start a nonprofit that is involved with cannabis regulations and pushing for equity. But everybody besides her who's left has gone to like Vicente Cedarburg or like another cannabis-related business.
Okay,
so some people speculated that that's what he was doing, but then it's like, why? All those other people left a lot less abruptly. So like, why would he dip so suddenly? And he's on the other side. He's had a successful career before this, working for Bain & Company and all sorts of financial institutions. So I don't think he'd be chasing, the money per se. But yeah, it's hard to know. You don't really want to speculate, but at the same time, there seems to be smoke there. So, there's probably fire. But who knows? We'll see if more details come out.
I want to say the Young Bucks kicked out the old bull.
Well, like that. That's another thing I was thinking when I was reading it. I'm like, is he just past his idea? Because in the article when he first talks about it, they said he was against it at first. Then he became aboard with legalizing cannabis back when they were doing the voting, and he realized it on the 4th of July when he smoked with his wife. Like, they got to make it real, like,
romantic,
dramatic. Oh man, it was so. As soon as I did it, it just hit me. This is nothing wrong with this. Like, I'm sorry.
Me and my wife didn't argue that night. It was good.
Oh man, he's like, oh no, I need this every day, so we're gonna do this. But no, I feel like it was a good article for sure.
Yeah, the Globe covered it well. Dan Adams is a really good reporter and covers this industry well. But yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, when Hoffman was first appointed, he was the first one named to the commission. And I was kind of like, oh boy, here we go. Because like, I looked at his background, it was all like kind of Wall Street stuff, and I was like, is this the direction we're heading? But then, and I knew they said he voted no against legalization too, so I was like, oh man, like really, what are we doing here? But then he kind of exceeded my expectations. He's been pretty good on the equity front. He's pushed for a lot of. He's been vocal in pushing for the Social Equity Trust Fund, which has to come through the legislature, something they're going to vote on. And a lot of the original commissioners, besides him and Shalene, were like hesitant to actually lobby the legislature. They thought it wasn't their place to lobby for certain bills. But Hoffman and Title really pushed for that. So he's kind of exceeded my expectations and done a pretty good job of helping social equity and also like keeping the big businesses in check who have been trying to acquire more licenses than you're actually allowed in Massachusetts. So, they cracked down on that and fined a couple of companies for trying to violate those rules. So I think it went better than expected, but yeah, it is kind of, the abrupt ending to it was strange for sure.
Well, I like how you said that because, I mean, in the article, a former, I mean, not a great friend of ours. You know what I'm saying? Lori was also, quoted in the article as well, and she kind of echoed those same sentiments about how she, loved the fact that he was authentic, he was transparent about everything when it came to the commission and what he was doing in his education. He was, he had a strong business background, which, a lot of people like, and the fact that he was willing to listen to the people that he needed to listen to make the right decisions. But then she also did say, down the line, she would rather prefer someone, not prefer, but feels like it's time to have someone in the chair that is actually engulfed in the business of, and have some real experience of what people need who are actually business owners, especially with cannabis, and also friendly users as well. So
and just going through like those own challenges and hurdles that essentially these people set up. Like you go through these hurdles and challenges as a business person yourself, and you'll want to reform the system yourself.
Word.
Bringing a perspective like that would make things pretty fresh, I feel like.
Okay. All right, well, what do we have next?
Yeah, so next up, it's more of a national story, and it's something that's kind of going outside the cannabis space in a way, because it's impacting kind of beyond just the cannabis industry, and that is the issue with truckers in this country right now and cannabis testing. So basically, the situation is the federal government has regulations set up for long-distance truckers, and it has a zero-tolerance approach to drug policy testing, basically. So if you test positive for cannabis, doesn't matter if you're from a legal state, doesn't matter if you're visiting a legal state, doesn't matter if you were smoking three weeks ago during your vacation. If you test positive for cannabis and you're a long-haul trucker, you lose your license, basically. So they've had a situation where since from January 2020 to this March, 50% of the drug violations for commercial drivers were for cannabis. So that's basically 70,000 people who have lost their job because they tested positive for cannabis. It's the way this is really impacting the whole country is that there's a trucker shortage right now. As most people know, there's been a lot of logistical issues with the trucking industry, not enough drivers. So it's having a huge impact on the whole economy. And while the federal government and Biden are kind of hyping up how many people they've gotten through the system and gotten licenses and gotten jobs in the trucking industry, that's being hurt right now by all these people who are testing positive. And it's also hurting people who are thinking about joining that industry because they're like, well, if I become a trucker, I'm going to have to stop smoking cannabis. And, they're looking at other jobs that offer a similar pay rate and don't have them, driving all over the country, working crazy hours. So a lot of people aren't getting into that industry because of this issue too. So it's having a pretty big impact.
What do you think about it, Avon?
I think it's pretty hilarious, just because, like, I know that right now there's essentially a push, like Eric said, to get drivers, and it's very hard to get drivers when you keep, like, kind of letting a bunch of them go and, like, scaring them because, like you said, you smoked weed 3 weeks ago, and now all of a sudden you've lost your license for this job. Right. And, like, for a lot of people, this license, like, how do I say it? For everyone, your job is your way of life. Right. Like, you take this job from me right now, and, like, man, I'm relying on my savings. Like, I smoked weed 3 weeks. Like, I think it's just unfair to those people, and it makes the barriers for entry very tight. And I wouldn't want to be a trucker now.
Okay, I don't want to have a different perspective because I do agree that it's kind of BS, but then also the fact that truckers drive so many hours for such a long time, is it one of those things that for safety reasons need to be made sure? I don't want to say that because I do, like, you can drive a truck and you could have smoked a couple weeks ago. Obviously, while I don't know how I don't even know how to explain it because it's weird to me because I do like truck driving is such. I never done it, but I could just tell it's one of those jobs that are just a son of a bitch.
I can't even grind.
Yeah, yeah. I did a 10.5-hour drive from North Carolina back to Massachusetts, coming back from vacation recently, and I was dying.
You know, brutal, man. Saying? Now, like,
I'm not driving a 200,000-pound truck or whatever.
It's crazy, bro. Yeah. And then think about it. Sometimes the weed, if you smoke the right thing, will keep you up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm driving, I drive to DC sometimes, and I've never done this before, obviously. This is all hypothetical.
So yeah, smoking and driving is just not a
Well, it
thing.
doesn't make any sense. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I imagine doing that, you know, keep me up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To keep me kind of kicking through the last leg of the trip. You know
Nice
what I'm saying?
little sativa.
But if you're like, you know, if you smoke the wrong thing, I can imagine someone smoking and just literally just getting tired.
Yeah.
And not realizing, especially after driving and doing it so, like, think about how many times we walk in here and we do so much things on autopilot, right? Like, we do a bunch of things on autopilot. We don't realize we just do stuff, and it just makes it easy. Even us setting up the podcast, we don't have to think about doing it. We just do it.
It just happens, yeah.
Now, when people are drivers, that driving that we think is like this like crazy big truck is like, oh yeah, I'm about to go up to like it's like a autopilot thing. So what if you're just not focused? And what if someone gets hurt?
Yeah, they kind of cover that in the article when they're talking to like people who own these trucking businesses or you know, represent the trucking industry, and they're kind of split on it too. They're like, obviously we don't want people driving trucks high, but at the same time, cannabis testing, especially saliva tests, I mean, they can pop 90 days after you smoke if you smoked a lot or whatever. So it's crazy.
No,
so,
it's ridiculous.
And when you look at other substances, obviously alcohol is out of your system pretty quick. Even things like cocaine, LSD, something you really wouldn't want truckers using while they're driving. You know, it's out of their system in hours or days. So the only thing that they really test positive, as it's shown, like 56% of the positive tests have been for cannabis. So, I mean, something's got to give. One of the things in the article they suggest is doing blood tests instead of saliva tests, because those are a little more exact in terms of not popping positive when, you know, you smoked a month ago. It's a kind of a shorter time frame, but you need like a nurse or a health professional to give those tests. It can't just be somebody pulling out a swab and swabbing your saliva.
Yeah.
So that kind of complicates things too. But yeah, there's got to be some sort of solution for this problem. You know, especially the impact it's having on the whole economy right now.
No, I mean, I think there does need to be an answer for this because, you know, alcohol is one of those things that, you know, we've just accepted for so long that we don't see we do see the bad parts of it, but we don't truly acknowledge it. When it comes to cannabis, that's the first thing that comes up. When, I mean, everybody here, we all know the medical benefit, well, from how it affects us, some of the research that we've seen over time, the lack of like, I mean, bro, if more people smoked versus, I mean, I had a customer come here and talk about this and say like, oh yeah, like her having cannabis, and this is a very sad story, but her giving her husband cannabis helped have less fights, be less abusive, less angry, you know, and because he used to drink alcohol all the time. And that would bring that out, you know what I'm saying? And this will be more mellow, so like something that we know is so good, and they look at it so negatively, so quickly. It's difficult. It's difficult, but you know.
Well, and so that's what kind of gets me about this is because like we've talked about like, you know, the person who's smoking when they drive, or the person who smoked 3 weeks ago on vacation, whatever. But what I feel like we're also not really focusing on is the person who smokes after work. Like, if you're a trucker and you just trucked like 10, 18, whatever hours you did in a day, you're telling me like you can't enjoy a nice smoke after that?
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
And I saw in the article it says like, I mean, you're a federal worker, so it's like your job, like it's the law. Like as a federal worker, you know you can't, but like, god damn, like I don't know, man, like bring it to the state level or something, because like that's the first thing I want to do after an 8-hour shift, just go home and smoke a blunt. I can't imagine like being on the road all day dealing with people. You can't smoke a blunt after that.
Yeah.
And then wake up the next morning and drive like just totally fine. Like who's getting weed hangovers like that every day?
And driving is such, oh my God, it's so annoying. Yeah. And oh man, that's so annoying. I feel bad for them. That's no BS, man. So shout out to all the truckers, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Seriously. Let me give y'all a round of applause. Y'all make this world go around, and we don't even know it, man. Y'all make this world go
Straight
around.
up. No, if it was up to me, man, y'all truckers could smoke. I'm not gonna say whatever, but you know what I'm saying, bro? Y'all do that. Don't do that while you're working, of course. I mean, but it is what it is. I mean, like I work in a dispensary. I don't smoke while I work.
Yeah, that's a fact. And you have self-control. You don't need to go smoke while you work.
I mean, I would like it. I would like it if I could.
Yeah.
I'm saying, we be chilling.
All right, do you want to do the last one? I know I'm a dick and forgot to put the thing in between. I know.
No, wait. Well, that was it.
You want to do the? You want? Do you have the last story there?
We could do one more if you want.
Do the last
let's
story?
get it.
No, I didn't. We didn't. This one's not too much research on it, but that's okay.
Yeah, we didn't prep for this one. Let's get
That's
into
fine.
it.
But I also was supposed to do something else.
Yeah, I know.
But it's okay. I forgot.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's okay. All right, we're right. All right, let's hit the last one.
Okay, cool. So this one is kind of interesting.
I'll explain later, Jason.
It's kind of off people's radar because it's happening on the other side of the world. But Germany is actually set to legalize cannabis later this year, which is kind of surprising for a lot of people. They would be the second member of the European Union, I believe, to legalize cannabis after Malta, which is obviously a lot smaller country. So Germany has 82 million inhabitants, which is more than California. It's more than Canada, which is a major cannabis market at this time. So it's going to be huge. And when you consider the EU and how it's set up, you can go across borders very easily without going through checkpoints or anything like that. So there's going to be a large amount of cannabis tourism, too. People in France could get on a train and be back home 2 hours later with a bunch of fine German weed. So it's kind of interesting to see this happening.
They can. Oh, yeah, you can trade.
Yeah, you don't even need a passport to go between European Union countries. So it's kind of like going between states right now. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting how this works within the European Union. But yeah, it's a huge market. I mean, when you consider all of Europe, there's like 800 million people compared to the U.S., where there's only 350 million people. So someday Europe's probably going to be the largest kind of cannabis market in the world. So this is kind of the first steps. They still haven't released many details. I think it's going to be a lot more strict and kind of regulated than it is here, which is hard to believe because it's already pretty strict and regulated.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting. And this is also, there's now kind of an international cannabis import-export market. So we're already seeing Portugal and Canada importing cannabis into Germany. That's going to, obviously expand once legalization happens there. But right now, the U.S. is on the sidelines because of our federal laws. You can't export cannabis out of the country very easily. So all the U.S. companies are kind of having to sit this one out until we change our laws here. But yeah, so that's pretty big news for Germany.
I think once, America sees how much money they make over there, they might really say, yeah, let's legalize this stuff and let's sell it to them. Randy Marsh did that. He bought his weed to China.
Right, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you haven't got that far in South Park yet.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, he needed more money. He was like, let's sell our weed to the Chinese. So, yeah, he just brings his weed right on a plane in the suitcase, and then they find it, and then they arrest him. So, yeah, it's not good. It's not great. But it definitely is a good way to reach out into the market. Because, I mean, Canada, our neighbors up north are already doing it. Like, why can't we? I mean, I know why we can't, but I just think it's stupid.
Yeah. I think it's also cool that, like, because in my mind, Germany's like the most strict place in the world.
Right.
I've never been there, but like they have like, even going to school there would probably be like military. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, also like, think about it, bro. It's Germany, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like.
Where did you get this perception that Germany is very strict? I know they drink a lot.
Yeah, that's true. They kind of have two very competing stereotypes, right? Like, cause you picture them in like Lederhosen drinking giant beers and shit.
Okay,
yeah. I also think of the other side of Germany too. So yeah.
I mean, I think about like every American movie that makes the Germans look like the most like evil, like methodical.
I mean, yes, in history they've done some things.
Highly unfavorable things.
Yeah,
I understand that, but I'm just saying, even now, like, was it in Rocky? Wasn't the dude from? Was he?
Maybe one of them. I think it was Russia.
Oh, he's from Russia. He's from Russia. I think it's Russia. I think it's Russia.
So
it's Russia.
Are you getting Russia and Germany confused right now?
I'm getting them confused. But I feel like they're all. I just watched. Okay, I just watched. Hold on. Hold on. I just watched Better Call Saul yesterday, and they had a bunch of engineers from Germany, and these dudes were legit dudes, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like that's where I'm kind of taking it to. I'm like, I don't think that Germans are just drunk ass motherfuckers.
I know that German engineering makes a pretty damn good Volkswagen.
Right. Cities, yeah.
And good chocolate. And a lot of nightmares.
But whatever. So are we saying that Germany is not that strict?
What?
I mean,
it's a big country. I think, there's a lot of different kind of personalities there.
Well,
I'll rock with it.
Now, you honestly got me when you said that Germany's got more people than Canada.
Yeah, it's something you don't really think about. But yeah, it's a pretty large country. And Canada, in the grand scheme of things, is a pretty small country, population-wise, smaller than a lot of U.S. states. So it was a big first market because, they were one of the first countries to legalize on a federal level. But in the grand scheme of things, they're kind of small peanuts compared to some of the bigger countries out there. So.
Yeah, that's weird.
Word.
That's weird. But I'd like to try some weed from over there. I hope it's not mids.
Yeah, that's a good question about the quality. I haven't heard much. They have had a medical program for a while. But yeah, it's interesting that they can import too, because there's countries in the Caribbean and South America that are kind of known for the cannabis that are starting to get into that import-export industry. So I think it's going to be like alcohol, where you go to the liquor store and you can buy stuff from all over the world. I think someday the cannabis is going to be very similar to that. So.
That'd actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
People come here and they think that we get our weed from California. Yeah. So that'd be pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah. All right, word. I don't have any. Do you want to play something?
I can press a button. I've never touched it before.
You want to? Oh, you want to play with the? Let's play with the buttons. All right. You want to play with the original sounds? Or you want to play with the?
Oh no, I don't want these originals.
Oh, I want you to play.
These are the ones that came.
I want you to play Russian roulette with these ones. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh man, I'm just gonna.
Yo, what's up, guys? You are now tuning in. Oh wait, what is it again?
It's For the Record. All right, that's number one. Did you want to try again?
Yeah, I wasn't super happy with my choice.
Okay.
No offense.
No.
Someone's smoking in here.
Oh, there we go.
Do you want to try door number 3? What's up? Damn, girl. Let me see them. Oh, man. I love this show, man. I really do.
That's the first one.
I love this show. All right, let me play some, man. Because I do love this show. I can't play Jack Harlow. I'm sorry, Jack.
Oh, my God. Oh, he's got that TikTok song, right?
Listen, I don't know anything about TikTok, man. I haven't been on that joint now. Oh, I wish I could play the rest of the song, but I can't. Oh. All right. You know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. You good there, guy? All right, cool. Let's do this. All right, to our favorite close of the show, our sports topics.
I'm very shocked. I mean, I guess I watch sports, but I'm shocked we don't call this Harry's Hot Takes. Alliteration always works.
I mean, okay, we could do that. Listen, let's try it one more time then. Hold on, I like that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Harry's Hot Takes. I'm sorry. All right, yes. So Harry's Hot Takes. Here we just break down some things, sports related. I actually had another hot take, I guess, if you guys want me to talk about it.
Let's hear it. It's Harry's Hot Takes.
Oh, God, man. All right. So I watch a lot of videos. And I watch a Breakfast Club video. I watch a Breakfast Club interview because I like the Breakfast Club. And first off, I watched an interview with Ella May. I didn't realize that she was British. I don't know why I didn't realize that.
Same with Georgia Smith.
I knew Georgia Smith was British, but I do love Ella May's accent. Beautiful accent, by the way. And
apparently Jason Tatum went on with her.
They asked her on there, and she's like, "I don't know what you guys are talking about." Da da da. I was like, "Listen, man, Because they said a Celtics player, but they didn't say who, and I was like, damn, is Jaylen Brown smacking that? I was like, damn.
Supposedly Jaylen Brown was smacking her. Well, H.E.R. At the same time. I assume they was going on double dates and making like R&B music.
Wow.
If anyone doesn't know when he says hitting or smacking, it's not anything violent.
Hit it out the pot.
Now you just messed up my whole hot take, man.
LMA.
What a
no. I'm just,
duo.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro,
that's pretty dope.
I love her.
No, those boys are playing generational basketball, and that's why.
I love her. And her and Jaylen Brown, low key.
I can see it.
It makes sense.
I can see it.
Damn, this is about to put me into a different story. Now you about me to go to the ASAP Rocky thing, man. I ain't gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk. I didn't say anything about it, but I'm not gonna talk about it. Let's talk about how much I love ASAP Rocky and Rihanna together. I really think I can look at people in relationships and be like, damn, this works. Or it doesn't work. Like ASAP and Rihanna, that works.
Makes sense.
Jaylen Brown and her, that works. Jason Tatum, LMA, it doesn't work. But yeah, so I watched an interview with Jaylen Brown. LMA, excuse me, I'm losing my mind. But LMA on the Breakfast Club. And they asked her about who is her Mount Rushmore of R&B. Now, I love R&B. Like, a lot. And I would listen to it way more, but I can't because I can't trust R&B artists. Now, we had this...
What they do to you?
Huh?
What they do to you?
We had a pre-production meeting and I talked about this and you guys were a little bit frightened about this conversation. But I am going to make sure it's very clear. I do not... See, if I feel like once you have to say something at the beginning, it just makes it wrong. But I'm going to say it anyways. I do not agree with what any of these gentlemen have ever done. But my Mount Rushmore, I can't even make one because majority of the artists have this weird, crazy scandals.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It's pretty gross.
So like, okay, let's. You want to go down the line? Let me start my theory. So my theory is I believe that.
You didn't say, well, what about your Rushmore first and then go into...
I can't even say the Rushmore because it just sounds so gross. I mean, all right.
Like...
Before anything...
Like, disregard any of their...
Any of their thing...
Any of the...
Disgusting.
No, I know. But, like, in terms of the music that they've made...
Well, now I know how people get the clickbait because people just cut that part out and just hear me say the four names and be like, oh, he says he's Rushmore.
I learned that in Scooby-Doo.
All right. The people that would have been on my Mount Rushmore, Usher would have been there, right? But then he had that Let It Burn situation that made it kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he was like,
I mean, it's better than all the.
That's why I started with. That's why I started with him.
Oh, we're only getting worse.
That's why I started with him.
Buckle up.
Damn. I know the other two, but I'm trying to think about who my fourth is. My fourth, that's the one who's like the cleanest one, but I don't know who to put. She said Stevie Wonder, so it made me kind of think like, damn, Stevie Wonder is kind of OD, but is he R&B? But like, I do respect him. Damn, I can't even put Chris Brown on there because he just beating girls up and stuff, and he's kind of a pop star.
They're all under this. He's just.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So you know what?
All right, so let me continue. All right, so my man over here, he gonna understand this. So, I believe that R&B singers, male R&B singers, we kind of, and not us, but like society and the world kind of make them into these like sick individuals because your job is to be the most hypersexualized male. You know what I'm saying? So when you can't be that, how do you shut? It's like a football player trying to not tackle somebody after they've been running into people all their lives.
Or it's also like, like actors.
I appreciate that. I'm telling y'all.
It's also like when, with the method acting.
Exactly. It's like a method actor trying to stop his role when he can't because, like, someone like R. Kelly, who he would have been on the mountain. He was a force. He was a force. I'm not gonna lie.
He's the king.
Listen, Rayvon, I know that you were sheltered for a long time, but you got to understand there was kids who were outside that were able to listen to this man for years.
But is that a good thing?
No, I'm not saying it's a good. I'm just saying he has a different perspective because he wasn't able to really like indulge in it at that time. When we were kids, R. Kelly was everywhere, bro. The ignition. So, I do think it's not unfair, but it's something that we need to look into on how we look at these people before we just like. They're still sick, but it's also because of the genre that they're there to create. Like I just went down. I accidentally put Chris Brown. I couldn't even say it. Chris Brown. He had his whole little, beating up his girl. That's just force. R. Kelly. He's just a very, very sick individual in general. But he has his reasons. I don't know why, but he has his reasons.
Does that mean they're like justified?
I'm not saying they're justified.
Okay.
I listen. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what happens when you're 24 years old and you're talking to three 30-year-olds. Oh, I'm 29, but you know what I'm saying? We get up there.
They get knocking on the door.
We got Rayvon's favorite, Tory Lanez. I'm not saying that he shot her. I'm just saying these situations.
They just often put themselves in these type of predicaments.
And I don't know if it's in their minds or what it is, but there's something that is like triggers in their head. Trey Songz. It was the most heartbreaking thing I could ever deal with.
I'm not gonna lie, the Trey Songz one, that's because Rayvon in my college times, Rayvon Eric in my college times, this guy was
He was
on
in
my
our college time.
playlist. I was all on my playlist. And it will work 10 out of 10 times.
Bro.
10 out of 10.
Do you understand that how many times I listen to Trey songs, you'd be like, oh, this is a sex playlist, but then I actually never had sex to the music? It was so many years of me like, oh yeah, I want that smash some guts, bro. And I was not able to listen to him. And now I can't even listen to him now. Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
He had a situation. And he was a great singer. Robin Thicke was great. Tyrese. He just lost his mind.
But see, Tyrese, there was nothing.
He kind of had a little, he's been going a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
he had a mental breakdown. What are you gonna,
that's
it's better than any of these other guys.
I understand that. So
Bobby Brown?
Bobby Brown.
It's the drugs. It's just
I blame that one on crack.
I mean, that's true too, but another hyper-sexualized male who just can't come to raps because you know how dangerous it is? How dangerous it is for a man to be like praised by women. Like most of us are like, oh yeah, damn, if a girl likes us, we're like through the roof. Think about if every girl liked you.
Yeah, and people pick up a perception on you based off your music, and then you walk into the room and they think you're that person. So, and you kind of feel an expectation to live up to that.
To
person.
be that person.
Yeah.
So if they get denied,
then it's like, oh wait, what?
That's not normal to them.
Powers?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, someone's got to bring you back to earth at some point.
But it's like.
But that's not the norm for them.
They're humans. They're not. It's not just like you can't just turn that off.
I feel like it's definitely harder to do it. I just think it's a good excuse for them.
It is a good excuse, but I would also say that this thing has probably been going on for generations. We just live in a generation now that you can see it. Like, a lot of these people aren't the first people to do some of these really disgusting things, but they're the first ones to live in an era where they can like see everything.
When I think about the R. Kelly situation, right?
Okay.
I feel like we just brushed over the first thing that he did.
What, pee on a girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that situation.
Yes.
That like we just brushed it over, but that was back in what? 2000, early 2000s. Do you think if that situation had happened in 2020?
No.
Off rip, he would have been done.
Bro, but do you know a majority of the things that happened when we grew up, like those sick times had to happen for us to know that they're sick. Like for Rayvon to fly, we had to crawl. You understand that? Like,
I can't say I do. I can't.
bro, in order for you to have the perspective on how you have on these people, we had to go through years of living through these sick things where nobody was actually like saying anything.
And no one's doing anything about it. Everyone's being
like the president had a scandal where he was literally saying that he didn't have sexual intercourse with somebody, and we know he did. Imagine if that happened to Obama.
Oh man, they would have impeached his ass.
Like, come on, bro. So
in a heartbeat.
That is my hot take. Do what you must.
I mean, so can you separate the artist from the art?
No. I can appreciate his music from when I listen to it. Like when it was there, I understand like Step in the Name of Love. That's oh my god. That's a fucking banger, bro. But I can't listen to it today. So I just have
How
to.
much you want to make it that they still play it at Wendy's all the time?
It won't play it on mine.
Damn, you gonna get married? Stay up.
I mean, bro, listen, man. One day, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, do that.
Stay up.
But right now,
no Trey Songz, no Chris Brown, no. Also, wait, Tory Lanez. I just want it on record. He's an R&B artist. What?
Tory Lanez is a Pierce. He raps, but he's a singer too. Like he actually is better at singing than I think he's better at singing than rapping.
He's a hip hop artist,
but he sings a lot. Like Chick Tapes 2 is a straight R&B album.
It's also probably straight garbage.
No, it's absolutely fire. I mean, like, and I don't know if you respect my music taste, but Chick Tapes 2. They used to can I. Chick Tapes 2?
It's probably one of his best body of work.
I'm telling you, it's straight heat, bro.
I mean, sometimes I have good bodies of work, but like, I know overall sense compared to other stuff, it's still pretty shit. You know?
You don't like Tory Lanez, right?
No, I call him Tory Lames. Because that nigga lame.
Is it the music or is this him as a person?
Both.
So because of him as a person,
before the shooting or after the shooting?
Yeah, way before the shooting. It was already fuck Tory Lanez before the shooting.
Okay.
Then he allegedly, whether or not he did or didn't, that's Meg the fucking Stallion.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Come on.
He's fucked. All right.
Like when it happened, it was hard to get information on it because that dude's name is muted on all my timelines. So I was just seeing like half sides of the story. It's weird.
I know you didn't like him. One last thing, I know you didn't like him, but did you tune into Quarantine Radio?
No.
Oh, get out of here.
I have a video from Quarantine Radio in my, I think it's in my phone, and I went back.
Shame on you.
Actually, the funny thing is, I think it was in one of our group chats. Because I went back and looked at a bunch of stuff. And I seen it, and I'm like,
you're exposing too much.
I was like, holy hell, this happened? Because there was one of them girls that does like those, remember she had like the toy? I ain't even gonna go into it. But
Maybe Eric remembers because
I'm not.
I plead the fifth.
All right, so Eric, you tell me this. Can you separate the artist from the music?
Not really, no, because like I can't control what pops into my mind when I first hear it. When I first hear R. Kelly right now, I would think this is a scandal. So it's really hard, Like I don't know how you separate that. I think it's funny that you use Mount Rushmore as a metaphor because you look at the original Mount Rushmore. There's some problematic guys on that.
There's some sick men. Thank you.
Well said, Eric. Well said.
You got two slave owners, one guy who technically helped free the slaves but did some problematic shit with Native Americans, and you got Teddy Roosevelt, who's probably the least problematic of the four, but even him had some shit with colonialism and unnecessary wars and stuff. So like, even them, they got their problems. So it's kind of funny that you use
just goes to show we live in a fucked up world.
I'm telling y'all, bro.
Everybody's human.
What you got in your closet?
Hey man, I just got like a femur and a knee. I ain't got too many bones.
Not the whole skeleton.
Yeah, nah. We chill.
All right, we have time for a quick sports rundown.
Let's get it.
You want to play the music again?
The Celtics is already playing, so
I'll play the music. I'll play this one more time. Okay. Who we got? Well, actually, what's your thoughts? And Dave, I want to ask you this too, because you want me to hurry up? No, you can just tell me. You can just say you want us to hurry up. I got you. But I want to ask you one quick question. Oh, okay, cool. How do you feel about John Morant's injury?
It's just a basketball play.
It wasn't on purpose.
No.
Okay, I'm just asking.
How are you gonna just grab? No, you're not gonna think that.
Did you see it, rebound?
Yeah, I watched the game.
How did you feel about it?
I agree.
Okay.
I did not see this clip.
Okay.
No.